Yeah, so rude.
Yeah.
A lot of personality. One is
Yeah, I got two little ones.
What? Yeah, it's recording lifetime.
What is it going to be all mouth?
I didn't hear that.
I got the second one.
Still in the banking business down there, or what are you doing now?
Yeah, sort of.
Ben, beer? Andy.
Okay.
And now she just had one. What, year?
Over here. Over here, over here.
Now she wears false. I know. She gets them off and then she buys. Then she...
Call out your names.
What? Call out our names. This is Christine from Utah, son of Gertrude Lee, mother of...
We're just talking food when you call her a son.
Here's Rugged Bruce from Utah, daughter of... Amazon Jane. This is Crazy Star, who I haven't seen in 37 years. We're married.
The wino. So you're a construction.
Yeah, right. Construction company.
Looks nice and cool down here.
Oh, it's really beautiful down here.
It's on. It's recording.
Hi, this is the family reunion in August 3rd, 1997.
Please.
And we have the Stimpfl clan, the Stimpfl clan, and the Ipsy clan, and we're trying to make a video family tree. So if you can go up and look at this family tree up here. We start out with Rudolph Stimpfl. Well, let's go further back than that. Let's take this picture here. Can you zoom in on this?
I am.
Okay, we got.
It's not Thomas.
That's Thomas?
That is not Thomas. That's Carl. That's Thomas.
Oh, Thomas Carl, okay. This
No.
is Carl?
There's Thomas.
Start over again. Well, this is Rudolph Stimpfl's parents, right? Okay.
They're from Vienna, Austria.
Vienna, Austria, approximately 1885. They had a son, Rudolph, and then they had a daughter, Lena.
Lena.
Here's another photograph, okay. And
Lena died when she was over 100 years old.
Millie.
Millie's got a daughter. Okay. Two daughters, two sons, the other son was three sons, and there was Uncle
Joe and Carl.
Uncle Joe and Uncle Carl over there.
And Rudolph.
And Rudolph. Okay, Uncle Joe married
Rose.
Rose.
Now, this is Mom.
Okay. We don't have those photographs up there. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, let's go to Mom. Teresa Dodger, right? About 1925, her parents were Dodgers, right over here, around 1890. Okay, that's her side of the family over there, right? Okay, so she married Rudolph in about, what, 1905?
I don't know. No, earlier than that.
1910? And they got married about 1910? 1912? And they
No, I think it was about 1914 because he was going to be drafted from the German army. She's talking about the country.
And it was compulsory at 19 years
That's
old.
right. And then he came over and got married.
Okay, then he had three children. Rudolph born in 1917, Teresa born in
21.
21, and Gertrude born in
28.
1958.
And what about Marie?
And Marie, and she was born in by 1950.
Well, Marie was 3 years older than I. Dave was 3 years younger. And Gertrude
No, I'm 4
was...
years. This year, I was already in January 76. So there's 4 years difference, darling. You're all the same year.
3 years is a lot of fun.
Keep going, Gary. It sounds good.
Okay, move over and sit.
Everything Gary says, he conversates. Poor man.
Somebody gave him the notes up there.
Okay, let's spend a few minutes into talking about your childhood, where your earliest memories when you were born. Okay, who wants to start out? Your earliest childhood memories.
Well, I'll start. I'm the oldest one here. I was born on about, on the 5400 Princeton Avenue. 55th was a big parkway out there on 55th Street, Chicago. And those were the days when it was hot.
That sounds nice.
95 degrees outside. All the people would take the blankets and go out on the parkway and sleep out there. And it was great. Right.
Okay, go ahead. What's your earliest memory? You were born on Latham Street?
I don't know. Was I born where you were in 55th or was I in LaSalle?
You were in the South.
Were you born in a hospital or born at home?
A hospital.
You were born at home or hospital?
I was born at home.
How about you?
I was born at Michael Reese Hospital.
Over here now.
Children's Hospital.
I was born under the care of the midwife. The original midwife couldn't make it for some reason or other, so an aunt brought another midwife there, and here I am, 80 years later.
They did a good job.
So did you all go to the same grade school in high school?
No, with the 70 ages, no.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Harvard and then to Antioch High School.
Okay.
I went my first semester to Harvard, and I stayed with Rudy and Fern because my parents had moved to Antioch, and they wanted me to complete my semester, and so I stayed with them.
Were they married at the time?
They were married at the time, and they were waiting for yes, a lot of names in term now. They were pregnant with Kevin.
Well, that would be 1941.
55, 31,
Okay, well, where did you go to high school?
I went to Harvard High School.
Went to all 4 years of Harvard High School?
All 4 years in high school, yeah.
Class of?
Bad school, grade school.
What did you class of, let's see, what should be class of,
38.
class of 1940? Okay, and where did you go to high school?
Well, I went to Lewis Champlin grade school. Before that, I went to St. Martin's Catholic School, then Lewis Champlin, then Perkins Pass, and I went over to Harper Junior High over there, and I went to Tilden, and then I went on to college at Harvard.
Did you go to Lane Tech? No,
Tilden.
Tilden.
Those were the days when there was about 10% color there. Now it's about 90 and 10 or all black.
99, I'd say.
In those days, the blacks weren't as tarnished as they are now. I mean, you have an argument with black and they all surround you, they're all with black. Those were the days they all mingled together. The white guys played with the black ones and so on.
Tony, I knew that.
So let's talk a little bit about some of your early childhood memories of your parents. Can you think of anything in particular growing
Yeah,
up?
we were in the forest preserve a lot, picnicking, and having a few families join us. And Ann and Uncle Carl used to be out there with our cousins Elsie and Eleanor and Ann. And we used to have a good time at those picnics.
Yeah, they grew up to Lake Geneva, and they go out fishing, and we could camp on the beach there.
Well, I never went to Lake Geneva.
I can remember going to Lake Geneva and having to stay overnight.
Wow.
Was dark, wasn't go very fast.
Oh, we could
We
walk on the
slept on the
side.
side of the road. We slept on the side of the road, right on the gravel. There was no other cars going by. We slept right there with the little air pillow.
Those were the days you could outrun a car.
We had to sleep overnight just to get to Lake Geneva.
You had a 2-day trip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's some of our childhood.
And I went to Perkins Dance School all 8 years, and like I said before, I went to Harvard, and then I went to Antioch High School, and I remember my childhood. They were all grown up at the time, and I was the little one, the brat.
7 years after I.
Yeah,
7 years later.
they were either teenagers, and Marie was already in nurses training, and Rudy was in college, and
Let's talk about Marie.
oh, we went to McNabb for vacation. No, yes, and my mother tried to get us out of the city because she didn't like the I don't know if Oleo was so healthier out there.
Well, we used to buy oleo and AMP, and you'd buy it, there was some white form, you got a little capsule.
Yeah, and you
Pour
look like
it,
butter.
and you mash it together with your
And
fingers.
it's yellow like butter.
Yeah, that's right.
But tell us about your sister Marie. Now, she's older, right?
Marie would bring any stray animal home that was around. Cats, dogs, anything that was stray on the street, she'd bring it home. Every dog we had was on
And they
the
all followed her.
Yeah. We had this Airedale,
Bruno.
he fathered everything in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know.
he did a
And
good
he was
job.
picked up all the time by the dog catcher.
He was busy.
And we get down there to the farm and pick him up and say to the man, can we take him for a walk? He's in the cage with about 12 other mutts. He cowered back in the corner, and when he saw us, boy, he was the toughest guy in there. And we take him out and walk around and come back an hour later. Can't we please take him home? Then you had to pay a fee, because we didn't have any. So we took him on the streetcar.
But how,
We done this about 3 or 4 times.
but how everybody in the neighborhood for blocks around knew our dog Bruno, and they would, if they saw the dog catcher coming, they'd run to us and say, the dog catcher, boy, we'd find that dog in a hurry and hide it. It didn't have license either, you know, the tag, didn't have that either.
Yeah,
Where did Marie go to school? Where did Marie go to school?
She went with Route 2.
We went to Wimble.
She went from high school.
High school, then she got out of high school, and she went to nursing school.
What time you have
Then
to?
she got a job right after, took her 2 years to
She
get a
went
nurse.
to the Catholic school with me, but
Three-year program. So about 20 years old, she got a job at Cook County Hospital.
yeah, I mean, she lived down there. That's when they built the nursing home
They had
there.
the housing right there.
They lived right there,
And
yeah.
then how did she meet her husband? How did that all come about?
Well, he worked at the hospital.
Yeah.
You did?
Now, he worked at the hospital.
What's the Lotus? What's the first
Lotus Mail, right?
Lotus Hale.
Was he Chicago resident or?
No.
No, he was from
Southern
Kentucky.
Illinois. He was born in Illinois.
Yeah.
And they got married?
Yeah.
And then they went, and how did they get out to California?
Well, the war had started and they had big airplane plants then. And he took a welding course when he was in Chicago and he heard that they were hiring.
When they home study course.
Homestead, yeah. And they were hiring welders. So he went out and it was established that he went to work for right away.
In San Diego.
Yeah, in San Diego. And that's how their branch of the family all ended up in California.
So they never came back.
Not to
No,
live.
they don't want to come back. They say, how come the work?
They want to come for our reunion.
Yeah, we used to, when I was out there to look at his airplane factory there, all the streets had met down with camouflage on it from the war and all that.
They were worried about a surprise attack.
Yeah,
Well,
because
sure,
it's
they
right
ran
on the
the water
water.
there,
Right
there,
on the
and
harbor.
they were looking for submarines.
So did you visit them as young people before you were married or not? Did you get a chance to visit them?
Oh, yeah. We just get out there every once in a
I
while.
told you when I was in
Did
service.
you guys ever make it out there?
I went out
Went out there one time to visit?
a couple times.
And they had a couple of kids, right?
Yeah. Mary Alice and John Rudolph.
Maria, John Rudolph.
See, when I was in the Navy there, I was stationed there, North Island.
The word in there, like,
88
that's my way through.
That was me, I was 88 soldiers. Lois and I would go out and have a few beers, and then we'd go over to the air station over there, climb into a fighter plane, flip on the oxygen mask, turn it on, and takes the cowboy out of your brain.
Give it a nice head.
Why don't you tell us some about your memories of your parents? Some of your memories of your parents growing up with anything unusual. Your mom you didn't have a microwave or refrigerator, she had ice box.
They were the first ones in the neighborhood to get a refrigerator, an electric
Electric refrigerator. Do you remember electricity all your whole life?
I do.
Do you remember telephone your whole life?
I do.
We were the first ones in the neighborhood that had a radio.
We got electric when we lived on LaSalle Street.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so your dad must have had a decent job.
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are.
Well, what did he do for a living?
He was a
Bosch McNeil Company.
He was a diesel engineer.
diesel engineer. This
He
company
had a
made
new
the
car.
fuel injection equipment.
Always had a new car, yeah.
Every year. Every year he bought an Essex. I drove it out in Oklahoma and through the oil field there, 'cause he was doing the service work out there.
So he's a good provider for you guys as you're growing up, then?
Apparently, we all survived.
Yeah. We all finished the pennies, we all made it. We all
We
did
had a
hard
few
work
chicken
on
heads
the
in the
truth
soup.
and the whole. We all had. I had a baby too mad as a sweater.
They were lucky you had a pig.
Why don't you help me out answer some questions about their parents? Let's spend some more time on their parents. You guys have any questions you wanted to ask them?
Well, for a long time, when our parents lived up there, the big guys, you know, at the teak lake.
Well, let's stay in Chicago for a while. Do you want to move on to what happened? He retired? Your father retired?
Well, yeah, he retired from the
Approximately what age then, buddy?
Well, he was pretty young,
Well,
end of the war.
What happened was they went to war with Germany, and he worked for a German company, Bosch Magneto, and that time was a German company. And they won a little part. So he lost his job.
He was discriminated against as his
Right.
nationality?
His nationality and he worked for him.
Then he led around for a couple of years, he stayed home, and then he went up to Antioch and bought a tavern up there.
How did you make that jump?
Huh?
Well, because I was up there.
She was up there.
You were up there first?
Her husband,
Up there, okay.
her husband lived in Antioch, and he bought the tavern. He had nobody to run it for him, and asked Moody, our father, if he would take care of it until he got somebody to either buy it or to manage it. Well, how many years later he was still there?
So it's so long on Lion Street, right?
Oh, yeah.
And moved the family, but you guys were all out of the house by then?
Oh, yeah.
You're all grown up by then? You were still in the house?
Yeah, I went to.
Okay, so that's right, because you came up as a sophomore in high school. Where was that located, you at there?
Blue Lake 2 Road.
Well, then they bought that house, right?
Yeah.
Getting into this country.
Then he was born on Laughlin Street.
Yeah.
Right. Dad, that's how they got into this country.
Raise your hand.
Let's go back before we move on to that. Let's go back to how the grandparents.
Got into the United States.
Let's talk about the grandparents for just a second.
Wait. Can we pause this for a second?
Okay, let's spend a moment talking about your parents, how they came to the United States. Your parents' parents.
Well, parents,
Our father's parents never came.
They never came over.
this guy here stayed over in Indiana, Austria, and this was his mother.
Why?
And my dad, and his dad was this fella here. And what had happened, the war was starting, World War I was starting to break out over there in Germany. So, had one aunt, Annie, she was over here, and Uncle Carl was already over there too. Well, what happened is this grandpa here over in Vienna, he had over a dozen horses. They used to run the sweeping outfit, the water and sweep the streets in Vienna, and they hauled all the trash, all the garbage, and all that. So he was a big contractor there.
That
So
was
one-
Teresa's father.
Huh?
That was
Rudy's father.
That was
Rudolph.
Rudy's father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rudolph's father. And
Do it again.
he was going away from out of town for the weekend.
Rudolph, that's the gentleman who was a contractor in Vienna. They
Yeah.
owned horses, they did the trash collection and watched the streets.
I thought he had stable.
The stable.
Well, he had some horses, yeah.
Work horses.
And we went over, we saw him over there in Germany. We went, when we visited over there, we stopped and looked it over. Well, anyway, he was going away over town, or out of town for 3 or 4 days with his wife. And he said, Uncle Carl, here's the money you pay the Teamsters at noon because they're done at noon on Saturday and you got to pay, you know? So he gets this lot of money and Friday night, hey, he throws a big party. With all his friends and all that, and he blows all the dough. Well, one day he comes around and he says, how come we didn't get paid? And they said, well, you got a hold of Carl there, and by the scruff of the neck, what happened to the money? We told him what happened, he threw a nice party and all this and that. The grandpa there takes by the cuff of the neck, takes him up to Hamburg, Germany, and puts him on the ship and ships him to America. That's how he got here. So he got married over And then the other grandpa is Santa Claus here. This guy here, he lived with us for a while. He lived with another aunt for a while. And then come the fall of the year, this will be another 3 or 4 weeks from now, he used to go down to the market. Uncle Andy had a truck. Go down to the market and buy, I don't know, maybe 100 cases of grapes, you know, muscatel grapes. And he'd spent 3 months getting the barrels ready to make the wine. And had a big wine press there, a big wooden paddle there, you turn the wheel on.
That was your mother's father.
Yes.
He lived with you for a
He lived
while?
with us for a while.
How about your mother's mother?
No, she died.
She died early on? Your mother's mother died early on? And your grandfather lived with you?
Yeah, he lived with us for a while, my Uncle Andy for a while, and so forth.
What did he do in the wintertime?
What's that?
What did he do in the wintertime up at Channel Lake?
He cut ice. Grandpa talked him up to Channel Lake because there was no work in the city for him when he first came, and he came up to Channel Lake and cut ice. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know how they cut ice on the lake. They go out there and put these big saws, one-man saw down in there, like they have to cut down trees. They cut this ice, slice it, cut it this way, and peel it off, and then with a team of horses, they pull it out.
And they packed it with straw.
And then they put it on shore in the ice house. They packed it, some of it straw and some of it wood chips. Matter of fact, when we went to Canada fishing, we used to scoop off the sawdust and put our fish on top of the ice and sell it. In those days, they bring the fish on board.
True. And that's the ice you used to buy in the summer from the ice man, with that kind of ice.
And then they started making artificial ice.
There was an ice house. What about those? There was an ice house next to the cabin down the lake that still had ice cut in it from the lake. Buried in straw and still.
What about your mother? Was she already over here? Or how did she get over here? How did they meet? You know any kind of story?
Gee, I don't really know.
Well, my dad first dated my mother's sister, Annie.
Did he?
Yeah, that's how they became acquainted, and he kind of took an eye for my mother instead, you know. And that's how they got together. But that was in Chicago.
Anna, she was from Hungary. Hungary was taken over by the Germans, so she spoke fluent German.
Just
She came over and took care of everybody. As a matter of fact, when my father and his 2 brothers came over here, and they lived with Aunt Anna. The boys went out and worked, and Anna fed them and took care of their clothes and everything else. They all had a trade.
Did you always live in the same house? Or did you ever move as kids? In the house that you lived in with your parents? Did you ever move or?
Well, we lived, we lived on 6069 on South Street, and then from there we moved up to White Street. And then parents moved out and went up to Antioch. Fern and I lived in the apartment there for a while, and then we bought a house, and I went to service, we come home, bought a house, and started that way.
Do you have any more questions about the early
There's
years?
that guy with the food.
Well,
That far away. I know that Grandpa Tom was a forester for the King's Woods there in Hohenau, but that was their...
Vienna.
No.
It's Austria. In Austria.
Well, you went to Hohenau, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, when Fern and I went there, when I was export salesman, we went there and had a trip. We went to Hohenau. The second cousin of ours had a cab. They picked us up from the big hotel in Vienna and took us up there. It was just a little narrow blacktop road going up there, and the side streets were all packed dirt. No bumps or anything like that, no water shut down or anything like that. And we went pulled down the street and asked where Grandma lived, you know, and we were happily parked right in front of her house. See? And the guy from the end of the block come down. He was kind of, not really the mayor, but he was in charge of a little division, subdivision there. And he had vouched for Grandma because when she was here trying to apply for Social Security, all the records were burnt in the churches over in Germany, in Vienna, see? So So he vouched for her age and everything like that. We met him, and all the other women with their babushkas on, peeking out the windows, you know, they all come out there. First night we were there in his car, and we were all introduced. This is Rudy, this is Teresa's son. Their house was, the front end of it had chicken coop out front, but a pretty house, really. And they were well to do, I guess. Grandpa, he was a farmer, and in Europe, in Germany, nobody lives on a farm. They can't waste that land like they got 10 acres around here with a farmyard and a shed and a garage and piece of machinery sitting there. They all live in town. And they pack their lunch. After one of the kids would bring their lunch out there, their grandpa or their dad or whatever it was, he worked in the field. At the end of the day, back and he lived in town. So if you ever fly over Germany, you see all these little towns, maybe a dozen houses.
Did your mother have any sisters?
Oh, many.
Well, she had a sister.
She had Julia, no, she had Agnes, Anna, the oldest one's name was Marie. Helen had died and Tommy had died, the first two children. And then there was Teresa, her, and then she had brothers Andy, John, and Joseph.
And so in your life, who did you interact with of all of her brothers and sisters?
Uncle Andy.
Andy was like the only
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Andy. Yeah, well, Uncle Andy, he had a nice route where he would take big cakes of ice on his back and take them into the consumer's grocery store and put them up in the loft above the cooler, you see. And the cold air from the ice would come down and cool and heat the butter, the sausage, and all this and that. And he and a partner, they serviced all of Chicago and went over to Hammond, Indiana and all that. He had hands like a hand.
Big strong guy?
Very
And
powerful.
John was, wasn't he a wrestler, a
I was
boxer?
a wrestler.
Yeah.
John was more powerful than him.
He was a brother that was a partner.
Yeah, he was a real tough guy. Boy, he not everybody fly.
Strong like a bull.
Yeah, he had a coal business. And he was way on the west side of Chicago. He
But that was Uncle Andy, and then the other one you had some relationship with was Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
And Uncle Joe had a store.
He had to go to
Oh, no, wait, that's another.
That's
Wait,
another family.
Uncle Joe, my mother's brother, Uncle Joe, we used
He
to
was a
call
traveling
him.
man.
Yeah, we were traveling man. We call him the Lambert. He was a professional hobo.
Yeah. Homo? Yeah. He was a traveler.
But good.
That's the hobo. He'd go all over, and talk about Scotland, between the lakes, he'd have these jungle places along the railroad. I went with him one summer.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, the front of the night, we're sitting in the boxcars down the road, on the highway, and we're playing 66, and the people are looking at us.
My mom and dad thought that would make a band out of it. Go with Uncle Joe.
So we went all through the west there, yeah.
You lived in a local town?
Yeah.
This is back in the 30s, right?
He worked
That
a
was
little
pretty
bit.
common,
A
actually.
little bit on the railroad or
Yeah, he worked a little bit.
fields or, it took him enough money to go to the next state. Or he picked up a rock and put it through a store window so he could go to jail and get instead of shoes.
Well, they do that in the winter.
Yeah, if he didn't use shoes, he'd take a rock and
Then
put it through.
he'd pop into your life, just,
Oh,
Boys
yeah.
come in the fire house and stay in the basement.
Sometimes.
and then he'd take off again?
Sometimes
Way
it's a
to
couple
go.
of
He'd
years.
take off for a couple of years?
Whatever happened to him?
He died somewhere in the
No,
field, in a
rail.
potted field somewhere.
What's in boxcars, who knows
I
where
don't
he
know
is?
what happened.
I agree. I'm sure there was no.
But my other uncle,
No $1 million or anything.
Uncle Joe on my father's side, he was educated over there in Vienna. He went to what's called college. But what they studied there is language. He could speak and write about 5 languages. Well, he come over here and had a grocery store on the north side, strictly German neighborhood. 80% of the people coming in there spoke German. And he was at 844 Willow.
Right, which is just west of Halston.
Right there where daughter lived, in that area. Real risky.
Oh, really?
It's just a couple blocks.
They tore the store down and all this and that, and they were building fancy buildings.
We were there, we looked it up, it's just out of town.
Yeah,
Oh, is it really?
and I worked at a grocery store in the summertime.
You guys remember going there as kids?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And even Fern remembers going
His
on.
first wife, used to take us out in the store there, and you didn't have packaged cookies at all. About 1 cubic box. Open them up and give us this package and throw the sack.
And the pickles in the barrel and all that stuff.
And he had 2 wives.
Yeah.
Did he get divorced in the first one?
Yeah.
That was a very unusual thing back in 1925.
I
Well,
never
this girl turned down, she was classy looking gal.
The first one? Her name was Jane. Well, Aunt Rose used to say that she was so pretty.
Aunt Rose was paying the bill for his divorce. So she was complaining about all.
But Aunt Rose was saying that she was so pretty.
So anyway,
Was that a big scandal when he got divorced? Or was nobody knows?
Uncle Carl,
I never learned from the divorce until after I was married. That was so hush-hush. One time I saw this picture and I said, who is this? And oh, that's Jane. I said, who's Jane? Oh, that was Uncle Joe's first wife.
Uncle Debbie.
And I never
Well,
Debbie somewhere.
what's Joe? That's
Nickname?
nickname for Joe. Well, Uncle Peppy, Joe, he had this delicatessen up there. And he'd be selling all this stuff. He'd go down to the Water Street Market and load up his truck and bring us groceries and all that. And this time of year, these sweet corn with sacks. The boys, me and a couple other guys working in the store, they have to unload it. And below the front window of the store, he had a window there. And inside he had a chute. He'd sail all this stuff down there.
And you had steak tartare.
Yeah. And Uncle Kyle there, he had a butcher shop. And we used to like to go over there because they made their own weenies. You listen, go in the cooler, pull out the weenie, and barrels of sauerkraut, gobble that up, so we play it.
And they
He
made
just
their
walks
own
there and
booze.
around. Yeah, and made his own booze. I wonder what the hell all these guys standing in his spaces there, and that big wash stuff with ice in them. Man, they were all drinking beer. Drinking beer,
And alcohol.
Hey, yeah. We had a thriving business there that was so good for German sausage and all that. But the neighborhood changed, it was all Italian.
When he retired, he moved to Lake Geneva, right?
No, it's a Coke? Yeah, now it's a Coke. So anyway, that's about it.
Yeah, we got to eat now, okay. No, it's not then.
Is that what they do on top of those mountains too? They not only yodel, but no arms.
Where's the candles?
Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Rudy! Happy birthday to you!
Am I glad I wasn't here?
And that's the end of chapter 4.
Stand up and tell us how old you are. Oh, looks like 80, huh? All right. How do you do this now?
Where's our candles?
They won't stay lit.
That's the candles.
What color is it? Oh, I thought the kids did. 80 corner with all that.
Happy birthday, Uncle Rudy.
Thank you. How's that? Fine?
Rudy, why is singing?
Hold them
What's up,
down, Terry.
Okay, the Lincoln Family tree. And the first branch of the tree that we're investigating here is the Ipsen branch. And you can see that Gertrude is the youngest daughter of Rudolph and Teresa. And Gertrude was married in born in what year?
At 28.
28. And
28. Oh, good.
I've been going down here now.
Where?
Down here.
Okay.
Born in 1928, and she married Leon. What is it?
Lila.
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 Okay, look at the camera, say that.
Really? What?
on. What year did you guys get married?
1946.
I forgot. And how did you meet?
Well,
What's your
we met in Antioch, and he had come back.
You came out, you were telling us on the other episode that you went your last 3 years of high school at Antioch College. Okay.
And I had just graduated from high school, and Lee was in World War II. He was at Pearl Harbor when it was bombed by the Japanese. He spent 4 years in South Dakota. And he came to Antioch to work for a friend of my grandfather. And we were at a concert in the park on a Tuesday night. And what happened?
We were sitting on a nice buddy, and I was sitting on a park bench. And then all of a sudden he looked over and he seen a bunch of girls all sitting on a couple blankets. He said, "Oh, Lee, there's some of my friends from high school." "Oh, yeah, pretty nice, Don." He said, "What girl, look them over, what girl would you like to go with?" I said, "Girl with the big boobs." I think the girl with the big boobs. Now, come on. So help me, it's like last
So we celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary last week. That was
They want to know where to put their money. And we had a great time.
Yes, and we have 4 children. Juan, the oldest, who was not able to be with us today. And then we have Brad.
Okay, where's Brad? Everybody in the picture, right?
Brad.
Hi. Now come on and sit down here. This is his second oldest? Yeah. Second son. And then,
And Christine.
Christine, right? Girl. And a girl. Yes, girl. Christine next.
And the next one is Kathleen.
You gotta get up there, Newt.
She was always Nudie.
Nudie.
Kathleen is the youngest. Something like
Good.
Okay, let's continue then. Let's see. Where did Brad got married, right?
Yeah, I'm getting
There's Ella got married. There's his wife in there.
the camera.
Now, why don't you all get in?
I met Ellen on purpose.
You guys got married what year?
In 1973, I met Ellen on purpose. She said by accident.
How many kids do you guys have?
Well, let's see. Chester. No. We have Nathan. Kent's born in 1976, then we're blessed with Mary.
Mary? Come on, stand behind the photo.
Kent's not here today.
Yeah, one more.
Then we are blessed with Lisa Emily. Okay, that completes our family.
But all your kids are married?
None of them are married, no. We just kind of live, you know.
Where do you live?
In that house.
Yeah, we are.
I guess everybody, it's hard to introduce your kids, Christine.
What?
Go on to your kids.
Oh, my kids are my marriage. My kids. 1972, Eric. Dick was born. 1974, Brian.
Brian?
Ryan, come back and get back row there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Brian Dick.
Brian with us.
1991.
No.
Yeah, Ellen.
Yeah, 1990. No, 92.
When was that? What do you mean? 74.
Alexander, he's 5.
Where's your other son?
And he's a Miller.
You want my fingers too?
Where's your other son? He lives in Los Angeles?
He's in Thousand Oaks, California. That's Eric Dick, he's 25. Brian is 23, and Alex is 5 years old.
And on the end of the family.
Now it's
Now you got Kathy up there. Okay.
Where's Kathy?
Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. I'm the baby. That's the last. I think you've all heard me say that before. I have two children. Benjamin, born in 1982.
Where's Kathy?
Okay.
Tom, born in 1989.
Oh, there we go. Oh, the cutest child.
And Mom has three boys. You're Norlon. And Marshall, Carlo, and John.
Did you go to the house?
Yes, okay.
We have another audition. Another friend of Brian's Carrot.
This is almost like a permanent friend, Brian. Okay, he's checking.
Mom.
You gotta go.
You got
Potty trained her?
Where's the narrator at?
Here, that's it?
That's it?
But, you want the answer to that question?
The oldest memory of life?
This one back here.
The reunion, 1997. I remember that.
Good job, Brad.
Where's the gym under that?
Let's not go too far back.
What are they doing? They probably me.
Repeated it. Obviously not.
Hey, whose light was off the gun?
Oh, the lights off?
No, it's not up yet.
Wait, am I done?
Oh, yeah, all that.
Go ahead.
You're recording, okay, now we're down here on this branch of the tree.
The lights on, but nobody's home.
Are you recording? Okay.
Dad, yeah.
You're doing on this part of the tree, okay. We had, Rudolph, who married, Bert Bailey in what year?
1941.
1941. Right after the war, right?
No.
Before the war.
Before the war, okay.
97, 141.
Civil. After a couple of more of them. Civil, yeah. Then you had two children, right?
Remember the
Who are you? This is the oldest son of the cat.
What's his name?
The oldest.
Kenny, this is
Kenneth
Kenny.
Chan,
He was born in 1942. I'm Gary, I'm the youngest. I was
Gary
born in
Richard.
1946.
Well, if Rudy stopped for your family,
I'll be Pat.
where's your family?
My family is,
Mom, would you get him?
What you got in your mouth?
Don't you have
this is my wife, Bonnie. I really
everybody
one daughter. Born in 1980.
You did it.
She's there. Get that camera moving.
Born in 1980.
I didn't hear you.
She makes mama look like a little dwarf.
They're all in there, huh?
Like we should get running that.
I had three, he had two boys and a girl. Kurt is his oldest. He lives in Moorhead, Minnesota. How old was he? He's born in 66. He's married and has a 7-year-old child. Right? His second son is, he lives out in Los Angeles. He's about old. 28. Kristen is the youngest, the only girl. She's here today.
Girl?
She's the only family. 43. 25 years old. 1972. And Pat, Ken's wife, couldn't make it today, right? That's it.
What else?
Okay, you want me to all have everyone in?
Now how did Fern and Rudy meet? How did Fern and Rudy meet?
Yeah, we never heard that.
Good.
Yeah, oh, I can tell you the story.
Yeah, Bernie has to tell us the
I have to say the story.
Go ahead. Go up there.
There's only two people here who are from Rockford. It's Bernie and me. These other ones came from someplace else. And I never got through and never will bless Grandma and Grandpa for picking one. Because that's where he came from. And we fell in love very young.
Just like sugar daddy.
Well, Rude had to chase away Bunny, Curry, and Lord.
Yeah.
I remember.
He chased everybody.
He chased them all away.
Every time I got a boy, he'd go to the farm and work on the farm during the summer.
Lori
And I'd
Schumacher
find a
and Bud Murray.
boyfriend. And I'd come home and I didn't see him again, and my mother'd say, that nice boy isn't coming around anymore. Rudy went and beat him up, beat him all up. Seems like the big deal. He wanted to be with
Like, I got you.
And then he went to college and went to Massachusetts to work. And we got engaged. We got engaged in the Christmas party. And then in that spring, a friend and I, she had land in Hartford, Connecticut. She asked me would I like to go along. Springfield was close to that. And I met him out there, and he wouldn't let me come back without getting married. And we got married in 1960.
Then she got the word that her grandfather was dying.
Yeah.
Because the grandmother really brought her up, and the mother was out working, but lived there also. Her father died when she was a couple of months old. So I went down to the train station.
Yes.
Nobody flew. I get down to the train station, I buy a one-way
He
ticket.
bought me a one-way ticket, and I cried.
One way, how come?
I thought he didn't
I
want me to
said,
move
you go
back.
home and I'm the 50th
He
job
quit
to
his
back.
job.
I said, I don't know anybody out here in New England. What am I doing here, you know? The pay wasn't that good. I'm going.
I bet your grandma got the Stimpfl to the guy.
You see, it was Dad's company. He wanted me to work for him. American Boss.
He gave it
I
out.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
There was a company that were out in April.
American Boss.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's why Howard did everything was to get him in there, and he got him in it so he could go.
And then he got home.
He didn't want me to leave.
New England people are kind of cold, you know. I live
They're
in
rather
YMCA,
classy.
and we're right up down the elevator. See the same guys all the time. They go through.
They're kind of Spanish. They're not like us Midwesterners.
That's right. And you want funny people, go down to Texas. They're really funny. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So you got the story of our life.
That's right. Now, base comes next.
Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame.
Somebody
family tree. The middle daughter of the Union of Rudolph and Teresa Stimpfl was named Teresa. She was born in what year? 1941. And she was raised in Chicago area on Lambert Street, right? And then upon graduation from high school, thereabouts, she started going up to the Antioch area. Some resort activity. And did you start working in a drugstore up there? No kidding. Did you have to meet anybody special during that time?
Oh, God, yes.
Did you marry him?
Do you
Yes, I did.
Who was that? The president?
Yeah.
What the resident?
He was born and raised in
Zoom in on this picture here. This is a Charles.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, how do we know that Lefty?
Lefty wasn't Lefty, right?
Yeah.
And then you married?
That's the best picture, Brad.
Little Tom.
But you know, we need to know, how did we go from Teresa to Dave?
I was going to be the last born in the family, and they thought that was very American to name the youngest one Dave. So 7 years later, Kurt showed up.
Surprise! Surprise!
And I had it for 7 years, and they said, no, they can't take that away from me. So that's how it happened.
Okay, so you met and married Bussy, and then the residence in Antioch, California. You had two children, two daughters, right?
Charlene and Bonnie.
Okay, Charlene, come on into the photo here. Charlene was born in what year?
41.
1941, and Bonnie? 1931.
Bonnie was born in 1945. 40.
1945. Two daughters, your sister. And then Charlene grew up, both girls grew up in Antioch, right?
Yes.
And Charlene, what happened to you then?
I immediately dropped the last part of my name, Lee, because it no longer fit.
We made the name of Charlene. That is Teresa.
That means I'm in trouble when I hear Charlene. So, that makes me bristle.
Then where did you meet your husband?
University of Iowa. Went to the University of Iowa because it didn't require any deposit with the admission. And I didn't have any money, and they accepted me. I went. That easy. And there I met this guy. Over his nickname, which is Goose.
What? Yeah, Goose.
Goose. And we were to meet at the student union. I was to meet Goose at the student union. This guy walks in. I said, oh my God, you're the wrong Goose.
What do you think was going to
So
see?
we got married.
When?
That's straight, pal.
Come on in, Dennis. Come on in and hold the photo.
September.
Now Dennis comes in with you.
There you go.
September 1961. Okay.
Wasn't something that's close to holiday.
Well, that's my birthday, December 7th.
That's
Oh, it is.
Yeah, but that was, I was a year old on 41. I was born on December 7th, 1940. That's what it was.
We're dropping bombs in the diapers.
what he was doing. Not what they were
But
doing.
that's not why I got the name Bruce.
All right, how many kids do you guys have?
We have two that we play.
Did you play them? Are they here?
Our oldest is Scott,
Okay.
wherever he is.
Yeah, there he is.
And our second born is Shelley.
Can you?
Yes, she's here. Yeah, I want you to know, was born 10 months after we were married. And Shelley was born 2.5 years later, 1965.
That was born there.
That was born in Iowa City, Iowa. We were students.
Is that what the university is?
Shelley was born where?
Shelley is our Denver kid.
Denver, Colorado.
We had moved to Denver for Dennis's first job, and Shelley was born in Denver.
So where does Scott live now, and what's he doing?
Scott?
I live in Atlanta, and I work for the State Housing Authority, managing some money for them. And these are my two daughters, Lauren and Megan. Say hi. You can see that Megan is ready to go out on the lake. Megan is going to go on the boat, and she refuses to take out your life insurance. I told her she could wear it rather than fight her. I saw the win.
And what are you doing, Kelly?
I'm still living my regular field in the city and working for enterprise development companies selling real estate. And I'm moving out on my own. And I bought a house. It's a big commitment for me. Big commitment.
And that's the first piece of furniture that you ever bought, because everything else was given.
Everything else is donated.
Move it up, Kelly.
Take a lot of hair to see what Bonnie's doing in her life. You got married, you ever had any kids?
Yes, I was married and had 2 children. I stayed around Antioch. I wasn't a wanderer like my sisters.
The sister just wanted to go to a Big Ten school.
That's right. I like the family. And once again, I had 2 children. My oldest is Mark.
Okay, where is he?
And my youngest is Tamara.
Tammy?
Freshman, yeah, the swimmer, freshman.
Okay, introduce their family then.
Okay. Tammy has 1 husband. And Mark's wife is Rainey.
Into the picture, Rainey.
My parents, I fell in the lake too.
They have 2 Mr. kids then. That's not Canooey though.
Yes, Karen, he had Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Mark, you have any kids?
And me and Ray, have 10. He's 14.
What's this say?
Yeah.
This is all his mom.
Yeah, Rhonda. Look at all the afternoon is gone.
Hey, hi, does anybody have a snow camera? Like, give me this? You want to shoot one of mine?
I don't want any part of it.
He just brings
Here,
stuff up.
get in here.
Brings stuff up.
On your knees. We found it.
You know, stay here, see her, he's in front of us.
I know.
He's carrying the food all.
The other way.
They're all fine.